It was supposed to be just another Monday morning at Whitmore Global. But instead of small talk or a polite greeting, the first words out of the CEO's mouth cut through the air like a blade. "Danielle, I've been watching you for weeks now, and frankly, I think you'd be a better fit at a smaller firm. One where the pace isn't so demanding. You people tend to get overwhelmed." The room went still. You could feel the air change. 42 stories above Manhattan, in a boardroom lined with mahogany and glass, the comment hung in the air. Some executives shifted in their seats, pretending to review papers in front of them. Others avoided eye contact altogether. And then there were those few whose eyes stayed locked on Danielle, not with sympathy, but with the sharp curiosity of people watching a car crash in slow motion. At the head of the table sat Charles Whitmore, 55 years old, silver hair perfectly in place, posture straight like it had been trained in another era, and a voice carrying the authority of a man who had built a billion-dollar empire from scratch. Across from him sat Danielle Carter, 22, poised, focused, and most notably the only black intern in the company's elite summer analyst program. Her hands were folded neatly on her notebook. She didn't blink. She didn't flinch. She didn't give him the satisfaction of a visible reaction. That had been her rule since her first day here. No visible weakness. Whitmore leaned back in his chair, tapped his pen against the edge of the table, and glanced at the agenda in front of him. "You'll be paid through the end of the week," he said as if he were reading off a grocery list. And with that, the meeting rolled on, quarterly numbers, market updates, deal negotiations, as if a young woman's career hadn't just been casually brushed aside in front of 24 people. What Charles Whitmore didn't know was that firing her wouldn't be the end of this story. In fact, it was only the beginning. Whitmore Global wasn't just a company. It was a symbol. $20 billion under management, offices in New York, London, and Hong Kong, its name opening doors in boardrooms from Wall Street to the Far East. Getting into Whitmore Global's internship program was like winning a golden ticket. Every summer, thousands of Ivy League students applied. Only a handful were chosen. The selection process was brutal, top grades, glowing references, and a resume polished to perfection. Danielle Carter had earned her place the hard way. She wasn't a legacy kid. She didn't have a Wall Street uncle to pull strings. She didn't have family money to smooth her path. She grew up on the south side of Chicago, raised by a single mother who worked double shifts as a nurse just to keep the lights on. Danielle's talent with numbers was spotted early. She turned that gift into scholarships, top grades, and, eventually, an economics degree with honors from the University of Chicago. Her professors described her as 10 steps ahead. Her senior thesis had been cited by industry researchers. She had grit. She had skill. She had ambition. Everything about her resume said she should have been a rising star at Whitmore Global. But here none of that seemed to matter. From the moment